what are the chances that on the same day my brand new Logitech for Creators Mevo Start 3-pack came in the mail, Mevo would also drop an update to Mevo Multicam. 1.4.1 is the new update. So let's take a quick look at one of the features. They are publicizing an auto reconnect for the next time you launch Multicam if your cameras were connected previously. Launch Multicam. These are 3 cameras that I'd connected just a few minutes ago, and it finds them no problem. Way to go, Mevo. That's a great feature for those of us who keep cameras plugged in all the time. It's going to make setting up Multicam each time we open our tablet a whole lot easier. There are enough unboxings of the Mevo Start 3-pack on the internet for you to watch. I'm not going to bore you with that, but I would like to walk you through the process of setting them up for the first time. This will be a real-time experiment. Now, I won't make you suffer through all of the times when the wheel's just turning or the light is just blinking. We'll fast forward through those, but there is a clock in view, and you will see every step of the process from turning them on, starting up the Multicam app, to connecting to your internet source, to going live for the first time. This is providing you've already gone live through Multicam before. It does not include the process of setting up your live streaming destinations. So here we go. As things start up here, you notice only one of the Mevo cameras shows up in Multicam app. This goes on for about 1 minute 30 seconds until I get frustrated with it and finally go ahead and try to set up the one that is showing up. The options we get when we choose setup are: do you have Wi-Fi? Do you not have Wi-Fi? If we click on no, I do not have Wi-Fi, it's going to take us through the Mevo access point mode process, where the Mevos talk to one central camera, as depicted in this picture, and that one central camera talks to your control device. I'm going to back out of this because I do have Wi-Fi and I would like to set it up for this Wi-Fi network. Yes, I do have Wi-Fi. All the Mevos talk to the Wi-Fi router, which talks to our control device, and that's the preferred way for me to set up when I am at home. I'll ask it to show Wi-Fi networks. And then this next little bit of time is my own fault because I put in the incorrect Wi-Fi password when I chose this Wi-Fi network. Leaving this as real time as the wheel spins is uncomfortable for me. But you know, we started at 12:55 on that clock back there. We are at 1 o'clock. Part of that's my fault because I put the wrong password in, but part of it is just a slow process. Now, once we have one of the cameras connected, the other 2, for some reason, seem to find their way to the Mevo Multicam app, or the Mevo Multicam app finds the other 2. It does move a little bit faster at this point because once I get the setup option in each of these cameras, the process is just going to repeat the first one. I don't have to put a password in again. I can just tell it yes, and it will connect me to the previous connection that the first camera connected to. Or at least that's the plan. This first one actually failed on the first try, and I had to tell it to retry. It's going to happen pretty quickly this time. ... and draw. And then for the third camera in the process, it goes even quicker. Even more quickly, I should say. For those of you wondering where my Wi-Fi router is, it's about 8 feet from me and from these cameras, so distance is not an issue. It's middle of the day, and so there's not a whole lot of traffic going on. Now you notice there is a firmware update available for all three cameras because these are new cameras. So when I click on that, it's going to give me the option to update them all at the same time. We're going to let that process happen. This slows down the process of getting a set of Mevo cameras up and running for the first time. But it's a first time kind of thing. It's not an every time kind of thing. When you get your Mevo Start 3-pack, or even a single camera of the Mevo Starts, just know there are a few pieces of the puzzle that have to be put together before you go live. As the cameras go off to restart, you see them lose connection with Multicam, so they go away for just a moment. Lights flash, magic happens on the inside of those little units. As they start back up, they come back up in the list of cameras in Multicam. And there they are. Each of them negotiating the ability to connect to Multicam, and we'll start connecting them. Actually, I think I had to set my ice cream down for a moment before I could hit the touchpad right there. I'll pull that input down just a little bit and hit continue. And now you can see, have a good picture, basically the same shot 3 times because they're all 3 right together and pointed at the same direction, but you can see that I do have 3 shots. Check my latency. It is still set on high because this is a Multicam app that I've used several times, and check my camera input quality. It is 1080. I do recommend that you go ahead and choose your image adjustment settings before you go live for the first time. What you're seeing in view is not the same thing my eyes tell me is true when I look at that section of my desk, so I'm going to choose Vivid because that is much closer to what I really have in front of me. Vivid is my most commonly used preset. Sometimes I'll take some of the saturation out of Vivid. I'll choose Vivid and then drop the saturation down 1/10 or 2. But for what I see in front of me today, making the image adjustment to the preset for Vivid does replicate what I see with my eyes, and so I'm satisfied with that. And now I just got to press go live. I will take this live to a live stream test group that I keep on Facebook. My wife and I are the only ones on that group. It's just something that can be private, but I can test, see how quality of a 1080 stream I can get there. We'll let that negotiate the stream. I will hit the pull down tab to see what my details are for this stream. I see that I am live. Here are my details. And I will reposition my camera so that you can see that I am in fact live here on my iMac. All right, so on Facebook, I'll switch the camera view a couple of times so that you can see we are live. So the process began at 12:55 and ends at 1:08. That's not terrible. A little bit of patience always pays off.